Hey there, church. Pastor Matt here. It's October 2nd, and I just want to provide you all with one more church update on kind of where we're at as a church. The first thing I want to say is just a reminder that this Sunday, October 4th, we will be doing a dedication and baptism service at noon. So we'll have our on-site worship service that you can sign up for. I think it's full now, but you can sign up for that. And then starting at noon, we'll be doing baby dedications, baby baptisms, and then we'll be baptizing some junior high and some high school students. And we're specifically doing that at noon, and we're doing it outside so that we can get as many people here as possible. You don't have to be signed up for the on-site service to come to this. We're hoping that we'll have a great just turnout on the front lawn. So join us for that if you can. Face masks are not required because we'll be outside, but if you feel comfortable wearing one, I would strongly encourage you to do that. And I would strongly encourage us to continue to practice social distancing. So we'll have that service. It'll probably be 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. And then bring a picnic. Bring food for your family, and we're going to do kind of a picnic on the front yard, a socially distanced picnic. So not a potluck where we share food, but bring food for yourself, and we'll have a nice socially distanced time of celebration and fellowship. So we'd love to see you at that. And the second thing is I just want to update you on where we're at with worship. We've kind of been progressing, if you want to call it that, back to normalcy. We did the service in a box and then Zoom, and then we've implemented a few on-site worship services. And Session and I kind of talked a few weeks ago and said, where are we at? Where do we feel like God is leading us? And our hope right now is to kind of continue that trend to move back towards normalcy. And so what we're going to do starting this month in October is we're going to move to on-site worship services every single week, and we will continue to provide the virtual live stream option as well. And there's a few reasons that we've decided to do this. The first is that the tangibility of concrete worship is a really valuable thing. I preached on this maybe a month or so ago. And if we can provide a tangible worship service, even through masks and distancing, I want to provide that for people because I think that that's really meaningful for us to experience as much of God as we can with as many senses as we can. So if we can make that happen, we want to move in that direction to benefit those who can make it. Now, I recognize there are a bunch of you that say, well, I'm going to be home. I can't be there. I don't feel comfortable being there. And that's completely fine. And I just want to stress once again that you can still be a faithful believer and stay home during this time. What I would encourage you to not do is just to skip out on worship as a whole, right? If you find the online option difficult or you find the in-person option difficult, we need to worship. Find a way. Get past the frustrations and participate and join us with worship. We need you to join with us, and we all need to be worshiping. But I recognize that one of the principles that we've been focusing on as a session is unification, getting as many people together to worship as possible. But the unfortunate truth that we've kind of butt up against is that even on Zoom, there's still just a layer of separation that we can't get around. And so we feel like it's somewhat inevitable to kind of move into this next stage of on-site worship with virtual worship, even as that sort of continues to separate us. But that being said, unity is still an important principle, and we will continue to work on the virtual live stream option, maybe even moving back to Zoom for the virtual live stream, just so people can interact more and see one another's faces. So we're continuing to work on that. But again, with everything, we need volunteers. We need participation to make this stuff happen. We don't have a designated tech person or tech team, so a lot of this falls on me or it falls on people kind of working on it when they can. So be patient with us, but we are continuing to work on improving the on-site worship service and the live stream as well. We are working with staff. I've talked with Scott and Emily to see what they need, and even with the CDC. And Lisa has approved this plan for us to meet every single week as long as we continue to be smart, to follow county rules, and to make sure that we clean up after ourselves when we're done. So we've taken precautions there. And the last thing that I just want to say, church, is that, again, worship is really important. This is an important conversation to have. And that's why I would encourage you to not just not worship. right, on Sunday mornings. Whether it's on site or it's virtually, worship is really, really significant, and it forms us and it shapes us, and we need one another as the body of Christ, right? So I want to say that while simultaneously reminding us that worship is not everything, right? Worship is not everything. So we need to raise that up as something significant, but we can be and make disciples Monday through Saturday. We can be and make disciples in a lot of different ways. We can worship in a lot of different ways. We can pray together. We can have small groups together. We can call one another. There's so much that we can still be doing as the church, even if Sunday mornings do not look exactly the same way as they used to. So I want to encourage you in that, to keep that in mind. Now, if you have questions, comments, or concerns about any of this, please reach out to me and let me know. But this is kind of our hope going forward, and we're going to do our best to roll with it. And I don't want us to get tangled up in the weeds of the logistics and can we do this or do that. I want us just to worship. And I want us just to say, what more can we do to grow closer to God during this time? Not putting all of our hope in just getting back to normalcy, but saying even in this kind of strange time, how can we be better connecting with God and loving those around us? So, church, thank you. I'm praying for you. If you have questions or concerns, please reach out. Take care.